Hey guys, I got them. You're going to want them. These are the new Podpoi from Flowtoys, and they're absolutely amazing. This is actually a beta set that I got a hold of back in September at the Tahoe Flow Festival, and I've been testing them out and putting them through their paces these past few months. And I can tell you guys beyond a shadow of a doubt, these are without a doubt the best LED poi I have ever played with. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to get a hold of the versions with the updated hardware and the software, so I'm going to give you guys kind of my broadest kind of impressions on these and won't give you guys much specifics on the software and the hardware because, of course, it's changed slightly. But what I can say is that I absolutely love these. They feel incredibly satisfying to spin, and I can't wait for the updated set, let me tell you. Things that you're going to love about these. Number one, they use red, green, and blue LEDs, so you're able to access any color of the color spectrum with them, and of course they come in a variety of different modes that you can get different effects out of. Second, they charge off of micro USB rather than using a separate AAA battery, and of course we've all had that situation where, you know, a battery will die and we don't have a spare one on us. The battery life on these so far has been absolutely amazing, so I'm infinitely less worried about that than I was before. Finally, the form factor for them, as you can see, it's very round, and a lot of people have noted that they look very similar to Podpoi. They're just round enough that contact tricks work with them. So if you, like me, have been waiting for a good set of LED toys that you can use for contact spinning, they have arrived. It takes a little bit of time to adapt to them, but once you do, I've yet to find anything I can do with contact poi that I cannot do with these. And of course, they're housed in this lovely silicone shell that's very soft and doesn't hurt at all when it hits you. So I'm going to go ahead and share with you guys a little interview that I had with Sean Von Stade from Flowtoys way back in September when I first got a hold of these. So go ahead and check that out now. Hey there guys. So I'm in the flow space and it is currently September, and you guys are not going to be seeing this until November, and the reason for that is that we are playing around with the beta version of that thing that you are going to want to have. That's right, it is the Podpoi from Flowtoys. Sean gave me the beta versions of these to play around with about a week ago in Tahoe, and they have been such fun. So I wanted Sean here to tell you a little bit about them because they're pretty epic.
The Podpoi have been something we've been working on for like 7 years now. It's been a crazy long process, but basically we're thinking about poi as a product and how to design the ideal poi, like what would the shape be, you know, how would it flow, and the mass distribution, really focusing on getting all the mass right down on the end of the poi head and having the leash come right out of it and having it be soft and having it you know, light up in any color someone would want and be nice and bright, and also have dimmer modes for when you don't want it to be too bright, and having modes that can last all night and like 12 hours or more, and having the super brightest mode last at least an hour or two, and charge off a micro USB jack with a built-in lithium rechargeable battery, no dealing with. Finally got the hardware going and some really primitive version of the software, and handed a few out at Tahoe Flow Arts Festival, which was awesome.
Yes, good time.
Amazing time. The feedback's been really good. One of the things that, you know, when we started making these, I don't know if anyone did contact poi 7 years ago. Like, did that even exist as a concept?
I'm going to go with maybe.
Maybe. And that's awesome. But yeah, it really wasn't on our radar at all. And then as it became more and more popular, I started thinking, gosh, we're going to have to make a spherical version of this, you know. But then I saw Drex playing with him, and he was doing arm rolls and stuff. And yeah, tell me about contact with Podpoi.
Sure, yeah. So as you guys can probably see out there, the form factor that's almost kind of looks like an egg or a teardrop. The first time I saw them, I actually mistook them for Ogs, but you know, the feel of them is a lot more like cone poi in terms of like the weight distribution and everything, which I really, really like. But they're round enough that you can actually get them to do a lot of contact tricks without much of an issue. If you're used to doing back forearm or inner forearm tricks, all of it translates straight over.
You know, honestly, like, you're obviously really good. You've been, you know, exploring it and pioneering it and stuff for a long time.
I dabble.
Do you think Do you think somebody who's just kind of starting to experiment and get used to contact poi is going to be able to do some basic tricks with this, or is it?
If you were like a rope beginner just working on contact, I definitely think it's going to be better to start off with the sphericals. But if you already know your basic contact rolls, it's going to take you maybe an hour to figure out how to do it on these less than, I would honestly say. I guess like 3 killer things I want to throw out there to you guys. Number one, like Sean mentioned, there's the micro USB power charger. It doesn't run off of the AAAs that the other Flowtoys do, which is honestly pretty great because, you know, for example, at Burning Man, I've got a solar charger for my iPhone, and I can just charge the Podpoi straight off of that because they use that kind of interface.
Yeah, I was concerned at first, you know, in the design, like, what happens if you don't have access to a charging source or power or whatever, you know,
right.
That's the whole thing of having a built-in battery is what if you forget to charge it and you realize you got no recourse except to charge it, but micro USB is so common. Then you can get these little battery packs that have, you know, however many, a few thousand milliamp hours of power built into it, and some of them have a solar panel. They charge off the solar to charge a battery or charge directly. But like we got this one little pack, I got a sample for like 20 bucks off eBay, and it charges a pair of these twice really nicely, completely. And so, you know, just having that with you, and you're good to go for ages. And of course, having modes that last all night and stuff. And
at Tahoe, actually, I was playing around with, I think it's this mode right here, just to see what kind of battery life you could get out of them. And, you know, the software is still in its beta, of course, but even on this setting, I was able to get 12 solid hours out of it before it needed to be recharged, which was a really delightful surprise, I've got to say.
Yeah, I was surprised too. We haven't really, since we haven't finished developing the modes, I haven't done any really good battery testing on them. I just know it's got the biggest battery we could possibly cram in there. So
fair enough.
It's as good as it can get.
Yeah. So aside from the micro USB charging, the form factor clearly is freaking awesome. It just feels good. You'll want to pick them up and play with them, and like we said, contact works great on them.
I gotta say, like, I'm obviously biased because I've been making them, but like I've been spinning mostly double staff for years now. I mean, I really haven't played with poi a whole lot, and these have reinvigorated my interest in poi. I mean, it's just the distribution is just so sweet. It just feels so good to play with, and they're so comfortable.
And Sean doesn't play with poi, and he's picking them up right now.
And I'm getting my orbitals. Yes, get the orbitals. Orbitals are killing me.
Word.
Yeah.
Cool. Podpoi. You saw them here first, and believe me, you will want them, because they are pretty damned awesome.
Thanks for putting them through their paces.
Oh, God, it was such a pleasure to do so. It's been so fun seeing what I can do with these. Cool. Well done, sir.
Sweet.
Hey. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good one. Peace.